Hello, and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live today. We're talking about transformation. Wow. In its relationship to productivity. We'll be hitting on this topic several more times over the next couple of months. This is a focus we are endeavoring to dive deeply into because that's what people really want for their life is transformation. But we'll get into that in a second. So if you're new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. So look for us. Allow me to say a few words as well about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I am the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people caught my people. And I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, which just came out in October. And the spanking brand new animating Black and Brown Liberation, a theory of American literature, which just came out in April. I'm on book tour for those last two books. I'll be in Oakland this weekend if you are around at the big Fall into Fiction event in Oakland. So if you're in the Bay, holler at me. Then I'll be everywhere. I'll be in Seattle. I'll be in New Mexico. I'll be at the Louisiana Book Festival in Baton Rouge. I'll be at the Kentucky Book Festival in Lexington. So I'm sure I'm coming somewhere near you. I'll be at the Brattleboro Book Festival, Literary Festival in Vermont. So I'm going to be all over the place in the next coming weeks and months. So come see your boy. All right, let's dive into the topic today. I should also say that my educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad, master's, UCLA, PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. Guys, I'm an expert at being productive. Again, I don't say that to brag or boast. I say it because people are always surprised to hear about my background when they see the level of productivity I've been able to somehow manifest. Because it's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go, which really inspires me personally and inspires our show. So thanks for being here. All right, let's dive into the topic. So today, guys, we're talking really about two things, about desire and transformation. And so point one is that you have to have a desire to transform your life. About a week ago, we touched on this subject. It's one part of our initial foray into this kind of month-long occasional exploration into transformation. And you have to really desire, really want to change your life. A lot of us, because we're stuck, which is not an uncommon thing, people get stuck all the time. You have to really transform your mind in order to transform your life. I mean, you have to really want to do it. It's got to be on your mind. I mean, that's the hard part, When we feel like we've been given a raw deal or someone has done us wrong, which is not uncommon for a lot of us, especially in our childhood, because that's where most of our trauma emanates from, just childhood trauma that we carry with us, and it does shape us. I mean, I've had a crazy life, so I know all about that. But we have to be able to, even though we have a good excuse, because we actually have been victimized, but not to accept the victim mode. Definitely call people to account who's done us wrong. Definitely let people know, hey, I see you, I saw you, what you did was wrong, for sure. But don't wear that victim mantle, and have a desire to be an overcomer, which goes into point two. That desire to overcome has got to be accompanied by action, right? You have to, it isn't enough to kind of want, you have to desire the change, or what we call transformation, enough to take action. So if you know the show, you know that I do a series of rituals, like up early in the morning, meditating, yoga, do all these things. And that's how I place action behind my desire to transform my life. That's just my own personal narrative. You don't have to do what I do at all. I mean, I'm just giving you what I need to do what I need to do. But I do want to encourage you to take inspiration to do something, right? I said a brain flash, to do something. So, yeah, you want to be able to get something done by placing into action your desire, right? So again, reach out to us and we'll give you how we approach this particular problem. We help individuals frame, for example, a series of, we call them morning rituals, things they do when they get up in the morning to kind of set themselves ready to place into action their transformation, which goes right into point three. As you begin to get kind of a plan, right, to uh, add on to your desire, to complement your desire, you begin to see the change that you're looking for. And the next step of that change, when you do it consistently, that's the thing also, is I know my experience. I mean, listen, in my experience, transformation is a challenge. I mean, you have to really, because life is still going on. You're still dealing with your other problems, mortgage and bills and kids and things happening. There's life happening, and it's a lot. Life is a challenge for a lot of us. It doesn't really matter how much money you're making. I mean, how many resources. Although resources can make it easier for you, it can make things easier, but man, it doesn't solve all the problems. It just doesn't. And so, as you're facing your own life day-to-day challenges, like what's in front of you now, to transform yourself, you have to really be on it. You have to really be consistent. If you know this show, I've been sharing that I've been, going through a series of really stuff you can't even make up. It's so crazy, and it's impacted my consistency. Right, I feel I've been under attack, under assault. So as a result, um, I've been off my game some. Still swinging at it, still showing up, but definitely feeling like whoa, right? So I know if I know, so that's why I know so clearly about what I'm speaking of, that which I speak, because if someone who was as focused as me on undergirding the self and uh, doing what needs to be done to transform, I know that other people are also struggling because I do all this work just on my own life, frankly, to be able to do what needs to be done. And there are others who aren't doing a similar type of work, so I know that they're facing some extraordinary challenges because I face them and I do all this work. So if that's you, you can make the challenges more able to be overcome by engaging in these rituals. Guys, reach out to me, have me come and speak to your group, school, organization, or you personally. Uh, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to group, schools, or organizations. Have me come out and we'll do what we do. All right, thanks for being here, guys. We will talk to you, let's see, this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Again, look for me on social media and mainstream media. I will be everywhere this next few months on book tour for Americas, which is a book set 13 miles from Ferguson, which interrogates the intersection of race, family, and violence in America. Reach out, and we will see you soon. Deuces.